Hello everyone, and welcome to Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, a brand new blind playthrough dropping on the channel in the spooky season, and one that has been highly requested for quite some time. We're finally getting around to it. It's happening. It's on the channel. Here we go. It's official. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines is happening. People have just said that I would love this game so much and I need to play it, and I know a lot of people have been anxiously awaiting its eventual drop on the channel. So here we go. We're doing a unofficial patch that has kind of like fixed the game. My only knowledge of this game is that it's kind of notorious for being unfinished. I don't really know the full story because that would involve me having to learn a lot more about the game. So, you know, I'll learn as I go along, I'm sure. But my understanding of it is that it's, yes, a little bit unfinished, and there's an unfinished patch that kind of fixes things and puts in unfinished content, restores stuff to make it, you know, much more of an experience. Seemingly kind of a cursed series and IP. I'm aware that there's a game coming out in the series soon, but it's one that's gone through a lot of turmoil, a lot of turbulation. But, you know, all that aside, we're here to start a brand new playthrough, which is always a very exciting time. So let's dive in to Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. I don't know how it's going to go. We have quite literally one volume switch, which is always one of my least favorite things ever. Always one of my least favorite things ever. I love being able to actually have a little bit more control, but that's okay. We'll just have to see how we go. Let's start a new game and jump in. The world of darkness is a place where immortal monsters pull the strings of humanity. Okay. Violence and despair are common here. That's all I got to know. A new game starts with creating a new character. Would you like to answer a series of questions about the type of vampire you would like to play and allow the game to create your character? Go directly to the character sheet and set your character's clan, gender, history, attributes, abilities, and disciplines yourself, and replay some, that says spoilers. Don't click this unless you want spoilers. A human hunter from the Society of Leopold. That's my first little tease of lore there. We will go directly to the character sheet. Hell yeah. I'm actually kind of scared. Alright, here we go. Damn, so we're on a character sheet as well. Well, let's not be unnamed. That would be silly. Why are there so many screaming faces up there? We have different clans. Oh, baby. Okay, here we go. Whenever I do character creation, I take my time. I like to read all the descriptions, and I like to put effort into the character creator. Every time I do a character creator, I've always got a crowd of people going, "Oh my god, it takes so long." YouTube has a fast forward button. If you don't like character creation and you just want to get to the gameplay, you can skip further into the video, but there's a lot of people that like to see the progress of creating a character, especially for a role-playing game, and I love to include it instead of just skipping to the end, right? It's optional. You can skip ahead if you like without complaining about it. Cyberpunk 2077 and Baldur's Gate 3 still to this day periodically get someone coming in and being like, "Oh my god, when does he play the game?" And just don't be that guy, right? Just skip ahead to the gameplay. I'm going to enjoy myself and take my time. That's what we do on this channel, especially if this has been the first game to bring you to my channel. Welcome. Lovely to have you here. Be kind, be respectful, and have fun, because that's what we like to do here. And I like to take my time and really immerse myself into the worlds of the games that I play. It's why I love single player, massive stories so much. So yapping aside, I'm going to read each of the clans. I'm going to learn about them, and I'm going to choose exactly who I want to be in this world. So, Clan Bruja. Passionate idealists and rebels, more likely to fight for their rights than write protest songs. In life, most Bruja sought social change, and in undeath, most clan members commonly seek the creation of a vampiric utopia. As militant radicals, they are renowned for their combat skills, but are also more likely to frenzy due to their hot-bloodedness, so to speak. They receive a +1 to unarmed, but are penalized with a -2 to all frenzy checks due to their zealous natures. This is really cool. So I didn't know that we were doing character sheets, and I didn't know that we were kind of doing a bit of a D&D routine. So this is great. I've played Knights of the Old Republic on the channel, and I've also played Baldur's Gate 3, and those are sort of like the big D&D experiences that I've had in video game form in different eras. So I expect this might feel a little bit more like the Knights of the Old Republic in terms of like D&D rulings, because it's around the same time period. So that's pretty sick. Oh my god. Okay. Damn. Gangrel. So it actually changes our whole default style here. Amazing. Gangrel are wild loners that are the most in tune with the beast within, allowing them to shapeshift into more beastly forms. Nomadic in nature, Gangrel care little about vampire politics and prefer to dwell and hunt in the outskirts of society. Because of their animalistic nature, they receive a +5 to strength, stamina, and wits during frenzy. However, because of their inherent feral nature, they receive a -1 on all frenzy checks. So we're already seeing the vampire political forces across clans situation happening here. We have the Malkavian. Okay, the aesthetic of this is incredible. I'm gonna need this game to open with some sort of blood rave and a guy called Blade, and motherfucker's always trying to ice skate uphill, because goddamn, the posture on this guy is crazy. Nipple piercing. They're known as lunatics because of their ability to hear voices of insight and subject others to their insanity through their discipline, dementation. The world appears much different to the Malkavian than it does to the sane clans, though the extent of the Malkavian's madness depends on the individual, a blessing and a curse. A Malkavian's insanity will help or hinder them depending on how much they struggle against their nature. Malkavians start with a +2 bonus to inspection. Okay, that is appealing. We also have history, so we'll get into that in a sec. Nosferatu? Oh my god. He's in fetish wear. Let's go. Okay, that's crazy. Hideous, skulking, and powerful, even a world of monsters, the Nosferatu stands out. The embrace twists and deforms their physical features, forcing them to seek sanctuary underground. Nosferatu are masters of the shadows. Due to their curse, Nosferatu have a seduction of 0 and can never raise it higher, and they hide their existence from common humans. Having shared the darkness with vermin for so long, vampires of Clan Nosferatu are able to draw extra nourishment from rats. Nosferatu! Seduction 0? Clearly they haven't seen the new movie. I will come on the 3rd night, and this night is technically the 1st night, so 2 nights from now I will come for you. Alright, sassy. Nosferatu, by the way, oh my god, what a movie. The original, of course, the new one sucks. Toreador picture themselves as artistes and visionaries, and they value the high society mentality that the Camarilla reinforces. Of all clans, the Toreador are the most connected to the mortal world through arts and entertainment. Toreador are beautiful creatures, svelte and seductive, and move almost effortlessly through the society of the living. The Toreador's empathy is both a gift and a burden. All humanity shifts are doubled. So I would name myself Edward Cullen if I would want to be a Toreador, right? This is Stephanie Miller's version of a vampire. A Tremere. Okay. Blood sorcerers born from mystic rituals and diablerie. The Tremere are the least trusted of the Camarilla clans. The ritual the Tremere used to transform from living mages into undying monsters stripped them of their magic arts, To compensate, the vampires of Clan Tremere developed thaumaturgy, the powerful discipline of blood magic. The clan guards its secrets jealously and are the only kindred to wield this powerful discipline. The pursuit of arcane knowledge comes before all else, and the reliance upon it has weakened the bloodline. Tremere can raise no physical attribute above 4 points. And the Ventru. That's just a guy who hasn't seen the sun in a while. Truly the upper echelons of society, the Ventru are seen as the honorable and virtuous leaders of the Camarilla. They wholeheartedly support the Masquerade. Okay, so that's a thing. The Masquerade, influencing the mortal and undead worlds to help them maintain the Masquerade, as well as garner support for themselves. Okay, gotcha. Clan Ventru is an exclusive and powerful gathering of immortals, and even the lowliest initiate of Clan Ventru can expect special treatment in kindred society. This regal bloodline, however, gains no nourishment from the lowborn and thin-blooded. Ventru gain no blood from feeding on animals. Feeding on low-life humans, prostitutes, and the homeless can cause the Ventru to vomit. Oh, picky eaters, this lot. Okay. Fascinating. Actually fascinating. Kinda... And then we've got the actual sheet there. Okay, I'm thinking... Alright. Why have you disturbed my slumber? I want to be a Nosferatu in my heart, but I also think I might be a Malkavian or a Bruja. Maybe. We shall see. For now, I will leave it and we'll have a look at the history. Is the history the same for every single one? Ooh, is it different? Wow. Oh wow, there are some similar ones, but there's some different ones in here. Okay, let's take a read at the history of the particular clans. To be a homosexual Bruja. You always found your own gender much more attractive, although many people still have issues dealing with this. Maybe vampiric society is different. A true Bruja. Many blame the stereotype of the rebellious Bruja on Troil, the hot-blooded Methuselah, whose progeny comprise the bulwark of modern clan Bruja. You share no blood with Troil. As such, you are predisposed to learned idealism instead of belligerent iconoclasm. Swap the priority order of your attributes to mental, physical, social. God damn. Infomercial Huckster. I love that this game seems to definitely be a product of its time, and that is a compliment. I made millions from my tiny one-bedroom apartment, placing tiny classified ads, buying and selling, and with 1 to 900 lines, and so can you. Special Forces. Yeah, you were Special Forces, Black Ops and all that. Witch Brants, you could say, but you'd have to kill everyone within earshot. No, seriously. Dive Bar Bouncer. Nobody could pass you when you stood in a doorway and you had a lot of fun throwing people out. Now it will be even easier to hurt people. So obviously this does affect our character sheet, so it is important. Dropped as a baby is classic. It's almost like there's a part of me that's like, when I play D&D, a lot of people focus on min-maxing and having the absolute best build possible, and I like to have a fun build, not a perfect build. So there is a part of me that will read a list and just pick the one that I find humorous. And, you know, that means it might not be ideal, but that's okay because it means I get to have a unique experience, and that's what I truly love. Much to the dismay of my audience, they didn't like the garden gnome from Baldur's Gate 3 because he wasn't a rugged, attractive gentleman that they could relate to. He was a chaos gremlin, and I loved him for it. And that will only carry over, but we'll see how we go. It seems as if I'm not allowed to be a short king at the moment. Dropped as a baby. Anyway, If you're going to be dumb, you're going to be tough. As a kid, you took a lot of abuse for that funny slope in your skull until you started fighting back. You have an amazing resilience to punishment. Start with 2 extra points of stamina. You are, however, a bit slow. It costs more experience for you to raise any of your mental attributes. A glass eye. It's true what they said. You shot your eye out. It was hard growing up with a creepy glass eye, but as an adult, you learned to put it to work for you. There's something about your unnerving stare that makes people do what you say. 2 points in intimidation, but you can never raise your perception above 3. Quickling. The embrace made you feel lighter than air, a sensation that is yet to leave you. Celerity has a longer duration, but it costs you more experience to raise potence. Anti-Paladin, a Boolean life retiring from death. You were born into undeath with savage combat prowess and an inclination to use it, and when you do, it's a terrible sight to behold. It costs you fewer experience points to raise presence, and you start with a point in melee. All-star athlete, who excelled at all physical activities. However, you're not naturally the sharpest tool in the shed. Compound that with the fact you spent most of your time and energy exercising, you don't really know much about anything else. Bonus to strength, but you can never raise your entire intelligence higher than 4. And an academic, as was your Bruiser sire, living up to the old Bruiser image of the poet warrior. Your attributes are prioritized differently. Okay, so that is for Bruiser. For Gangrel, we can also be homosexual. Man, this game is like it really wants me to be gay, bro. This game really wants me to be gay. It's the first option. It's available for all of us. Oh my god. This game wants me to be gay. This game's forcing me to be gay. You can be an environmental activist. You're a member of Greenpeace in life, always fighting to protect the environment, riding with the whales and climbing nuclear reactors. Knowing about cause and effect was important then. You can be a pagan. Your beliefs center on the Gnostic pantheon, and your kinship with nature is strong. After you were embraced, you were naturally more in tune with the beast within, and that affinity is now apparent. A mortician. The irony isn't lost on you now. All those nights in the echoing silence with the husks of former humanity. You always thought it was your fate you were staring into. Then one night it happened. Finally, one of them. A hell of a fine specimen, you were thinking. Woke up. Ex-cop. You were a great cop until a meth head's knife glanced your spine and left you relegated to desk work for the rest of your career. Yeah, I'm constantly like this on the ground because I got shanked in the spine. You start with 1 point in firearms and 1 point in intimidation, but you can never have stamina above 3. You can be a perv. And by the way, this is why we read this shit instead of just skipping through and going, yeah, brother, the default character is like, generic male character A. Because this is great. Flavor text is so fun. You love women. Good God almighty, do you love women? You love their bits and you love their pieces. Yeah, they never really reciprocated your interest, but well, fuck them. In Undeath, your suppressed appetites have re-emerged. You gain extra blood when feeding on a human of the opposite sex. Unfortunately, Undeath has done little for your personality. Your subterfuge cannot be raised above 1. Yeah, I'm a gangrel perv. That is a sentence. Chupacabra. Rumor has it you are descended from the legendary Chupacabra, the blood-frenzied devil that has haunted the Mexican countryside for generations. The veracity of this dubious distinction is impossible to discern, but your feral instincts are strong. You are able to prolong the duration of Protean. Unfortunately, your purported progenitor may have left you with a deficiency as well. You never have fortitude discipline above 3. Insectoid. What? Where am I sprouting my antenna? Maybe it's the vague compulsion to spin a web, or when you catch yourself trying to use your imaginary feelers, but something tells you your gangrel blood is exceptional. Prolong the duration of fortitude, but you cannot raise wits, charisma, and appearance above 3. Anda Gangrel? Descendant of nomadic vampire warriors, you were bred for extreme trials of endurance, extra points in stamina and fortitude. Underblood is not of this land, and your spirit is not linked with the native fauna, so animalism costs you more experience to raise. Close to the beast. You are naturally more in tune with the beast within, and that affinity is now physically apparent. Okay. People will find your appearance distasteful. Pothead. Scientists say that smoking pot can make you more stupid. That may explain your terrible memories. You often forget names and other details. However, you have a very relaxed attitude towards life, or the unlife. You gain a bonus to frenzy, but can't raise your intelligence above 3. Bro. Okay. To the Malkavian history of homosexual and then cut rate party clown. It was just supposed to be until you put things back together after Evelyn left you. Here it is, 3 years and 3,246 scotches later. Somehow you've kept this gig going without one repeat customer. Truly, America is the greatest nation on earth. We've actually got, this is the most personal backstory we've got so far. It's an intimate relationship backstory. Evelyn, please! I'm clean 1 week. Nutty Weatherman. Your inane banter and masterful use of the awkward segue was the toast of Bumblefuck, Illinois. So you took it to the big leagues, and wouldn't you know it, first skank you pick up at the airport bar goes and kills you. Dude, I'm feeling more and more like I might be a Malkavian. Long and little foot. Don't help me. Your dual deformities make life difficult, but you're one of those hard luck, triumph in the face of adversity stories that people gobble up. You never raise your dexterity above 1. You start with an extra point in humanity, charisma, and wit. Burnout. Science has yet to prove the link between marijuana use and decreased mental capacity. You say you've always been a little slow, but that's just because you're so mellow. Ninja. You think you're a ninja. Ki! You start with a point in brawl and a point in melee. Firearms can never be raised above 0. And guns are anathema to your code of the silent killer. Ducks too. Ducks are anathema to anathema. Doomseer. The paralyzing fear of eternal death has an iron grip on you. Doom is just around the corner. For you, for everyone, you just know it. And you lack faith in your vampiric abilities. What's the use anyway? You don't trust obfuscate to work and therefore cannot maintain the effects for very long. Each level of obfuscate has a shorter duration than normal. Constantly on the lookout for danger, however, it can maintain aspects longer. Completely batshit. The curse of Clan Malkavian burns white hot in your veins. You are a brimming cauldron of sea. The effects of your dementation are greater and last longer. It's difficult to wrap your wriggling brain around the concept of invisibility, however. You must spend more experience to raise your skill. Subtly insane, your insanity does not hinder your ability to interact with others too greatly. At first glance, most wouldn't even second guess your mental stability, and you don't experience some of the more weird things your clan members do. Your unique form of dementia flares up more easily when provoked in combat and giving you a bonus, but you can't ever raise your dodge above 3. The occult nut. Who would have ever thought that any of it could be real? You love dark fantasies and considered yourself occult savvy. Now that you're among the Kindred, you find that you actually know some of this stuff and are really excited about learning more about your new state of unlife. You gain a bonus to scholarship and earning experience, but others find you disdainful, so your charisma can't be raised above 3. And deaf. You were born practically deaf. Not only did you overcome your disability, you enjoy helping others cope and get ahead in life. You start with a humanity of 8, but can't raise your perception above 3. Also, while you do not wish to be presumptuous, you have a vague feeling that Lady Luck smiles upon you by giving you a bonus to dodge. Wild. Okay, Nosferatu. Gay. Video game publisher. You relish a sad pleasure in ruining promising game developing studios with impossible deadlines. Sort the priority order of your attributes: mental, social, physical. What an incredible addition. Impossible deadlines. Eco-terrorist hacker. You were an expert computer hacker dedicated to preserving the environment, sticking it to the man, one denial of service at a time. Your sire was attracted to your dedication and respect for nature. Over the years, you've learned much, and your abilities are prioritized differently, with knowledges being of the utmost importance. A pedagogue. I always said he'd come to no good in the end, Your Honor. If they'd let me have my way, I could have flayed him into shape. A lowborn, trash, rabble, scum, whatever you call it, you're the supernatural equivalent. You come from a long line of gutter-dwelling, bottom-feeding, undead riffraff. As such, you are predisposed to the dregs of humanity. You get extra blood when feeding on bums and hookers. Your unwashed legacy doesn't leave you much in the way of education, however, it costs you more experience points to raise your knowledge. Cadaverous flesh. Each manifestation of vampirism is unique. Yours, it turns out, carries an unfortunate deficiency. Your body wants to rot. It's nothing that can't be overcome, but it is a constant drain on you. Your body heals at a slower rate than normal since it takes more energy to return your rotting flesh to peak condition. On the upside, your flesh is malleable. It costs you less experience to raise your physical attributes. Oh, you can never raise charisma because of the peculiar odor. Not over 3. Boogeyman. Humanity is a fascinating spectacle indeed. Everyone has wanted to be a fly on the wall at one time or another, but you were obsessed with the idea. As luck would have it, your Nosferatu progenitors all had a penchant for peeping as well. You come from a long line of gifted perverts, and your obfuscate effects last longer. This preoccupation has weakened your bloodline in other respects, though your potence can never be raised above 3. Another word for perv, Leatherface. Your rebirth as a hideous beast was a dream come true. The power is intoxicating, and now you're going to make them all pay. All of them. You start with 1 point melee, an extra point in potence. You never felt much empathy for other living things, so it now costs you more experience to buy humanity points, as you're more likely to frenzy. Shepherd of Vermin. Like a creature of urban legend, you commune with pestilent scavengers and share their filthy domains. Your animalism effects are more powerful and long-lasting. Your diseased blood has trouble sustaining potence. All potence durations are decreased. Presentable! The Nosferatu blood from your sire was rather weak, and the blood curse did not take too strong a hold on you. You're only deformed where the moon doesn't shine, so you get a charisma bonus, but it is more difficult for you to learn the obfuscate discipline of your clan. And Peeping Tom. What's the difference between Peeping Tom and Booby Man? It's not your fault you were born lacking in the appearance department. Since nobody likes you, your unfulfilled and repressed sexual desires have turned you into quite the little pervert. Now in your unlife, you find that you digest the vitae from member of the opposite gender more efficiently. I love that there is like, hey, pick your vampire. You can be gay, shit, or a pervert. Okay, Toreador, gay. Teamster, you believe in collective bargaining to get justice for working families, and if that fails, there's collective wrench beatings. Degenerate Gambler, you knew you should have laid the chalk. You were down big, but you had to press it on a parlay with the over and caught bad beat on the hook. On the friggin' hook. So much for Vegas, you figured you'd slum it around LA till you could build a roll to get back in. And that's when you met her. Rehab counselor. You always had an open ear for other people's problems, even if you had to listen to some scumbag sitting in prison. Velvet rope doorman. You handcraft the scene with nothing more than a clipboard, a cheap headset, and a dispassionate contempt for humanity. Rapacious bloodlust. The embrace brought out a mean streak in you. You're constantly fighting the urge to kill, even as your power to do so grows. You start with an extra point in strength and brawl, but you are more likely to frenzy. Your impatient demeanor makes stealth more difficult and takes more experience to raise the ability. Beautiful monster. You are ruled by your passions, and some of them ain't pretty. People find you absolutely mesmerizing, but you were always far too self-absorbed to bother with the normal human repartee. Your presence effects last longer than other Toreador, but you can never raise wits above 3 and are more likely to frenzy when things aren't going your way. Uncanny awareness. You swear to God you can see the future, not years from now, not or even next week, but moment to moment. You always see what's coming. You are so acutely aware of your surroundings that you've been known to dodge bullets without looking. This ability is further manifested as a superior form of Auspex. You receive greater benefits from Auspex. Unfortunately, the sheer volume of information makes you more deliberate than most, and it costs you more experience to raise your celerity discipline. Fey-like. You are a creature of delicate beauty and ephemeral grace. You seem more likely to have sprung from the pages of Spencer or Keats than Shelley or Stoker. Your presence and celerity have a greater duration, but you are a truly delicate being. It costs more experience to raise your stamina, strength, firearms, and intimidation. A starving artist. Oh, No. You were a starving artist. You lived with the clothes on your back, and because of your poor background, you do not have any compunction against wearing ugly clothes. You have a special eye for small details, giving you a bonus to perception, but you can't ever raise your appearance above 4. No, it's me. I can't be a Terrail or starving artist. It's too real. Ex-SWAT. While in the police force, you've developed quite a skill with firearms. However, you quit the forces after receiving a crippling injury while in the line of duty. An ex-cop. Toreador. Ex-SWAT, sorry. The Tremere history. Gay. Old-timer. You are the old-fashioned type and don't care about all this new technology. What's all this I hear about AI, and why isn't it serving me dinner right now? Thus, it costs you more to raise your computer knowledge, but you start with a bonus in scholarship. Country Club Lothario. We're living in an age of soccer mums, and don't you know it? Yeah, hubby might be pulling down 7 figures, but you got an empty day planner and a grin that drops panties like putts on a par 3. Con artist. Only one thing counts in this life, and that is to get them to sign on the line that is dotted. Highway drifter. Between the small towns that dot the Midwest, there's a lot of open space, a lot of long shadows, and a lot of room to disappear. You know, you've done it, and you may have helped some other people do it too. Eerie presence. Most vampires have no problem fitting into mortal society. You don't know what it is, but you just can't pull it off. You're doing everything they're doing, but something about you makes humans uneasy. Sometimes it seems like they just sense you. You are a perfectly affable, intellectual human, so what gives? Deceptive strength. You used to be quite clumsy, but the embrace gave you unnatural reserves of physical power. Eldritch prodigy. You have a natural gift for the dark arts of thaumaturgy, and can use it to greater effect than most Tremere. Thaumaturgy is your all-consuming passion, to the exclusion of nearly every other pursuit. Inferno. Your forebears paid an awful price in their quest for power. The deal still holds, and you'll continue to pay for all eternity. Generational trauma is involved in this game too. Affinity for magic. You always liked magical illusions and even performed some tricks yourself as a kid. Now you are amazed that magic is actually real. Generalissimo. Discipline and order, tactics and warfare. These are the reasons why you joined the army. Not only did you fit in perfectly, you excelled in the military. And one more for our history is gay and juvenile hall disciplinarian. Already as a teen, you love to demonstrate your influence and power over others. Union boss. You're a blue-collar success story, a self-made man of the people. The respect of your workers and the gratification of a job well done was all you ever wanted in return. So the kickbacks and extortion money were all icing. Industry lobbyist. You have a big ego. You represented industry and pressed their agenda in the halls of power. Which industry and which one's paying? Corporate schmo. There's no room in your cubicle to hang your business degree. You were reprimanded for having a wrinkled shirt, and you laughed when your buddy decided to major in rhetoric. Now he's a sitcom writer and wears Birkenstocks to work. He always said, business casual is the dress of defeat. Maybe you could go back and get your MBA? War profiteer, defense contract. Someone has to make sure the troops get hot meals and video teleconferencing from home. And if, while you're over there, you can help the natives get their economy running by landing some bloated, no-bid oil service contracts from your buddies in the government, great, it's win-win. So one of your truck drivers gets beheaded on the internet. Who doesn't realize the risk when they sign up for the job? Runaway, your old man was a bastard. You can say that now. It took years just to be able to mention him. You're making progress, but you still avoid confrontation, and you don't know if you'll ever be comfortable with being touched. Diabolic. In addition to the beast within, you struggle against an even darker force. You feel the pull of salvation and damnation in your every action. A cleaner. Not every venture is afraid to get their hands dirty. Some problems need to be met head-on, and occasionally matters are too delicate to sick the gangrel on them. While your bloodline doesn't come from the sunny side of the Ventru family tree, they've always been entrusted to take care of such problems. Megalomaniac. You have a big ego. Because of your confidence in yourself and your abilities, people either really hate you or are drawn to you. And well educated. You were privileged and gained excellent education all around. Wonderful. All right, I've read the history of all of them, and that was actually, we were rewarded for that. Some of that was very humorous. I enjoyed reading the different histories. There are obviously some, hey-oh! There are obviously some similarities. Oh, there's gender-based histories. I can be a dominatrix. You've always been persuasive, but as a vampire, few can deny your will. Yeah, you know, okay. Yeah. Southern debutante. You were very privileged and gained excellent education. Mother would be so proud if she knew you were accepted into the best vampire clan around. This is great. Okay, so there are... I should check this as well. Fuck yeah. Alright, so let me see our... Oh, man. I think I had a girlfriend like that once. This is great to see. Incredible. Incredible. I love this game. I love this game, and I'm not even off the character creator, dude. Yeah, that is very Twilight. Oh, I love it. This is so many goths in my city in the year 2025. It's just an ageless look. Actually so cool, genuinely. Okay, so we do have some gender specific history options here, so I do have to check it. We have a voyeur website model. Maybe you weren't the prettiest girl in school, but you could still make dirty old men sit up and beg and pay for it. Hey, it beats taco hell. A fixer. You had the streets wired. There was nothing you couldn't find. Drugs, guns, prostitutes of every shape, age, and color. One time you got giraffe ribeyes on 24-hour notice, and apparently you've had more than a couple of vampire clients. Who knew? You left an impression, and now here you are. A purveyor of vice. Smoking, drinking, drugs. You did it all while you were still alive. Now in death, only blood is left to turn you on. Dropped as a baby, of course. Gangrel has environmental activist instead of eco-terrorist. Incredible. Same thing though. Same thing. Pagan priestess. Pretty much the same as well. And a hard-ass chica. You were born into a neighborhood just outside of downtown LA. It might as well have been the third world, and you were just one girl kicking and biting her way to survival. In the middle of famine and marauding victimizers, gang life was life. Beast Mistress. Mortal creatures sense vampires an abomination, outsiders of the natural order. Your presence, however, seems to pacify the animal spirit like a sickly sweet intoxicant. Very good. The Malkavian has ex-gymnast stripper. Your entire childhood was spent either in school or at practice. Daddy was too busy to tell you there's no such thing as a professional gymnast. And Mommy was busy looking for another daddy. Women's prison guard. You were a black-hearted, violence-loving badass when you were alive, and you're still an evil maniac in unlife. You had always hoped it would be more like Skinamax. If only. Cool. The Nosferatu has gossip columnist. Yes. Now this is the face of a gossip columnist. Item! You're dead. Who would ever have thought that any of it could be real? You love dark fantasies and considered yourself occult savvy. A bag lady. Your life was a big mess which left you stranded on the streets with nothing but cheap booze. And now you look even worse. Blunt fangs, things are never easy for you. You fought for every scrap that was eventually stolen from you. You treasure everything you have and savor every hard lesson learned, even while you suspect God hates you. The luck carried over to undeath. You have blunt fangs. Oh my god. Cleopatra. There are fates worse than death. You know this. In life, you were an object of desire. Men wanted you. Women wanted to be like you. You have been transformed into a cruel mockery of your former self. As someone acutely aware of how easy life is for the beautiful people, you have unique insight into the psychology of human and vampire alike. Man, this game is just like real life. What's going on in here? It's just like real life. Like a creature of urban legend, you commune with pestilent scavengers. Presentable. Black-hearted. I think this is similar. The Toreador has Teamster. You believe in collective bargaining and to get justice for working families. And if that fails... Oh, no, wait. That was already there. 20-something. It's about people, you know, out here on the streets, in the clubs. That's where it's going on. That's where it's coming together, not in some boardroom. The people don't wear ties. The next generation of leaders isn't coming from the suburbs. What? You want to go there? Why? It's going off here. Open bar? Well, okay. Slut. So you're a little boy crazy. Maybe you like to get guys' attention. Maybe you like to fool around. That don't mean people have the right to go talking about you and calling you names. They don't know you. In Undeath, your now stunted sexual appetite has re-emerged in a curious way. You more readily digest the fluids of the opposite sex, and therefore gain extra blood when feeding on men. Unfortunately, having slipped your way through life, you have a hard time learning its little lessons. You must spend more experience to raise your mental attributes. It's very interesting how the game is handling the male are all pervs and the women are all sexually liberated. It's just like real life. Yeah, incredible. And it's an incredible, like, humorous exaggeration of a lot of things, but you can see how, especially like sort of early 2000s, Y2K, that sort of like period of time in terms of sexualized descriptions of a lot of things, and making a joke out of the pig-headed men and making a joke out of the sexualized women, all in one basket, I think is quite a choice here. It's like everyone's being made fun of. All of these descriptions are really funny. It's great. So we can still be an old timer, or we could be a medicine saleswoman. Some uptight types might say fluoxetine for kids is over the line. Obviously, they have no idea what kind of profit margin those things pack. And have they spent time around kids? Please. They should put that stuff in baby formula. Agent. Your representation was highly sought, and you were well compensated. You played every bit as hard as the boys, because it takes brass balls to get it done in this town. And goddamn, if you didn't have the biggest pair, you were a power player, a threat. And your competition couldn't handle getting shown up by a girl, so they sold you out to an undead predator. Pfft, typical. This town is full of hate. Men can't handle a bit of feminine competition. They'd rather feed you to the vampires than deal with you. Crazy. Bar singer seductress, drunken overtures from traveling businessmen, room keys from 2 paid conventioneers, a handful of restraining orders. This is the legacy of your career in entertainment. This has been so fun to read. And then, yeah, Dominatrix Runaway is the same. Yeah, there we go. So now I've read the history of the vampire clans. I feel accomplished as a result. That's awesome. We will play as a male, and I'm now going to just kind of sit here and decide what to do. So now that I've read it all and we've all had a good laugh about it, I will now commit to a decision. All right, well, I was most attracted to the Malkavian while reading everything, and then I have tossed and turned over the history on what to go for. I almost went for Cut Rate Party Clown, but I'm thinking I'm going to go for Subtly Insane. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to go for Subtly Insane. It does not hinder our ability to interact with others too greatly. At first glance, most wouldn't even second guess your mental stability, and you don't experience some of the more weird things your clan members do. Your unique form of dementia flares up more easily when provoked, giving you a bonus to dementation, but you can't ever raise your dodge above 3. So that's fine, right? Just subtly insane? Or should I go completely batshit? Tossing and turning. The effects of our dementation are greater and last longer. It's difficult to wrap your wriggling brain around the concept of invisibility, so you must spend more experience to raise your skill in obfuscate. Being able to obfuscate yourself and go invisible would be pretty fun. Let's go for subtly insane. So that takes us to our character sheet, and we can choose what we want to be looking at here. I have a total of 3 attributes, and everything starts at 1. I want to be perceptive a little bit there. I want to be a little bit charismatic. We obviously have stats for this, so physical prowess for unarmed and melee combat, the agility for lockpicking and sneaking, the stamina preventing damage from bullets, police batons, and baseball bats increases soak bashing. Charisma is an important part of persuasion. Your character's ability to exploit people at events. It's necessary for haggling, and appearance is the foundation of the seduction feat. Perception for ranged combat and inspection. Intelligence is essential for research and intimidate. Wits improve the combat defense and hacking feats. And then we've got talent, skills, and knowledges, and disciplines. God damn. Okay, so the combat, it's like D&D, but with a very different take, because you got a bunch of these stats instead. There's no history or religion. It's hacking and seduction. Incredible. So we have unarmed combat, melee, ranged, which is currently at 2, because I guess of the increase on the perception. Combat defense. We have lockpicking, sneaking, hacking. Inspection is currently at 4, so it's already kind of up. So instead of putting perception up, I might even do something else. We can get research and intimidate with intelligence. We can get combat defense and hacking with wits. Our appearance will give us some seduction, manipulation, haggle, strength, unarmed and melee, lockpicking and sneaking, and bashing. I think, do I want to be a seductive little crazy guy? You know, maybe another point in research. I don't know what I'll be researching yet. Full charisma. I can only put 1 in for now, so you've only got 1 that you can put into social, none that you can put into physical, and 2 in mental. So I guess what I'm choosing is a point in charisma, a point in intelligence, and a point in perception, after all. For abilities, I will pick investigation is obviously for inspection, so there's even more of that. I suppose I should increase my attacking. So my dodge can't go above 3 with this history. Intimidation, subterfuge. Let's do that. Then skills. With an open mind and a lack of inhibitions, Malkavians are constantly learning. Knives and swords, as well as my fists, I assume, right? Let's do 1 in melee, and then 1 in lockpicking or sneaking. Lockpicking. And then in my knowledge, I will go for investigation. I can level up. Oh, I can bump it up a little bit more. So I could also just straight up go for 2 in melee to start. And again, I'm vibes. It's just going off vibes, you know? Obviously, I don't know what I'm going to be utilizing and how much, and, you know, who cares? I can play the game and we're going to have fun with it. So let's do investigation. My inspection going crazy. I'm going to be very perceptive, but nothing else. I'll do a point in scholarship, and I'll do a point in finance for haggling. Now, in regards to our discipline, Auspex, dementation, and obfuscate. So we already have a point in that one. So it's at level 2, which means we've actually got stuff here. So in Auspex, level 1 adds a point to wits, reveals the auras of living and undead within a short distance. This upgrading it goes to a modest distance, and we also add a point to 1 in wit and 1 in perception. Dementation costs 1 blood. The victim's emotions intensify until it becomes temporarily incapacitated by either hysterical laughter or compulsive crying for about 15 seconds. Taking any action against the victim might end the effect prematurely. Level 2. Anyone near you suffers mild hallucinations, a -2 penalty to firearms, melee, brawl, combat defense, and feeding defense for about 20 seconds. Crazy. Obfuscate. Invisibility as long as you remain motionless. If you move or take any action, you will become visible and the timer will run. Lasts 18 seconds per activation. You may move invisibly while crouched. You will be revealed if you touch anyone or containers or if you interact with the environment. I will do that. So we can at least crouch and be invisible. Auto level is off. And skip intro is not picked. Very good. We want to know what's all about that intro. That's our character of Apocalypse. We are a Malkavian, subtly insane person. And this is our ability spread. Don't know if it's any good. I accept. The embrace, the act of transforming a mortal into a vampire.
I want to show you something.
The subtitles are up there? Okay, well that's how I get turned into a vampire. That's my embrace. We were sired. The Italian stallion. Oh my god, there's so many cool details around here already. This is fantastic. I am going to need to hopefully not have subtitles in the top left corner though, because what is that? Wait, I've immediately been staked.
Good evening. My fellow Kindred, my apologies for disrupting any business or interfering with prior engagements you may have had this evening. It's unfortunate that the affair that gathers us together tonight is a troubling one. We are here because the laws that bind our society, the laws that are the fabric of our existence, have been broken. As Prince, I am within my rights to grant or deny the kindred of this city the privilege of siring. Many of you have come to me seeking permission, and I have endorsed some of these requests. However, the accused that sits before you tonight was not refused permission. Indeed, my permission was never sought at all. They were caught shortly after the embrace of this child. It pains me to announce the sentence, as, up to tonight, I considered the accused a loyal and upstanding member of our organization. But as some of you may know, the penalty for this transgression is death. Know that I am no more adjudicator than I am a servant to the law that governs us all. Let tonight's proceedings serve as a reminder to our community that we must adhere to the code that binds our society, lest we endanger all of our blood. Forgive me. Let the penalty commence. Which leads to the fate of the ill-begotten progeny. Without a sire, most childer are doomed to walk the earth never knowing their place, their responsibility, and most importantly, the laws they must obey. Therefore, I have decided that...
This is bullshit!
All I'm saying is that he better not do it.
If Mr. Rodriguez would let me finish. I have decided to let this kindred live. They shall be instructed in the ways of our kind and be granted the same rights. Let no one say I am unsympathetic to the plights and causes of this community. I thank you all for attending these proceedings, and I hope their significance is not lost. Good evening.
That dude with a giant sword and really short arms. God damn. There is such a blend of aesthetics here. It's crazy.
Your sire. Tragic. My apologies. But you see, there is a strict code of conduct that all of us must adhere to if we wish to survive. When anyone breaks these laws, they undermine the well-worn fabric of our centuries-old society. Understand my predicament. Allowing you to live makes me directly responsible for your subsequent behavior. So, what I'm offering is not generosity, but the opportunity to transcend the fate woven by your sire. This is your trial. You will be brought to Santa Monica. There you will meet an agent by the name of Mercurio. He will provide the details of your labor. I've shown you great clemency. Prove it was more than a wasted gesture, fledgling. Don't come back until you do. Good evening.
Good evening. Wow, not only do vampires hide from mortals, they hide from themselves as well, pretending they are not the horrors they have truly become. Oh my god. Okay, we're in the game. If the blood bar is blue, restart the game. That's looking red to me. Wow. Holy crap. That was quite the beginning. It's a shame that we can't customize what we look like, really. We're just kind of that guy. But we're really just kind of thrown into it. So there's a whole different group of vampires there. What a collection, honestly. kind of nutty. So we just have the option to view subtitles. They seem to be in the top left corner. I don't know if that is intentional or not. That is just unfortunately where we are. So sorry about that. It's an older game. There's going to be a little bit of older game jank, I suppose. So
what a scene, man. Hoo-wee. Then they just plop you out here like a naked baby in the woods. How about that? Look, kiddo, this is probably a lot for you to take in, so why don't you let me show you the ropes? What do you say?
Yeah, whoa. Whoa. Mr. John DiMaggio is one of the first voices I hear once I am in control of my character, which is absolutely fascinating. The Reign of Ages plots again to wash away Revelation.
What? Oh, man. And you're a goddamn Malkavian, too. Wow. You really are fucked.
Oh, no. I am crazy. I love it. Subtly insane. Who's this dark demon I see before me?
I'm Jack. What's important is I'm offering help. You make it back from Santa Monica with your hide and we'll trade life stories, okay? Till then, I got about this much time. You in or out?
Oh my god. Okay, this is incredible. Okay. Good old Jack. Break down for me the bare-boned basics. I didn't understand the play they gave.
Don't worry, kiddo, you'll adjust. I'd love to explain it all, but time's a-wasting. You want some help or what?
Break down for me the bare-boned basics.
Youngsters these days. Well, your funeral, kiddo, but keep a couple things in mind before you go.
What do you mean?
Now, these lessons aren't just for your benefit, so listen up.
Oh, I said break it down instead of like the full thing. Okay, hang on. That's probably my bad. Did we have an autosave? I want to get everything. Clan Nosferatu. I do want to get everything, so yeah. I'm gonna just quickly do that again. So the walk key, default alt, by the way, and the toggle walk, run, and toggle auto move keys. Use the toggle view on Z to switch between first and third person. Isn't that cool? Apparently it's default. I haven't changed anything on my controls, but there you go. I haven't changed anything at all. Toggle view with Z. Alright, can't change to third person yet, maybe?
What a scene, man. Hoo-wee.
Okay. The Reign of Ages plots again to wash away Revelation.
What? I'm Jack.
Okay.
Don't worry.
I shall undertake your dark tutelage.
All right. Why don't we, step out back here?
Let's leave the theater of horrors behind.
Nice and stuffy in there, huh? This is much better. Now, we ain't got much time, but I figure somebody should fill you in on the bare bones stuff at least, you know. Could save your hide. You look wobbly. You even had a drink yet?
I love that our our clan influences how we speak to people as well. The replayability there already feels quite fun from a role-playing angle. Wobbly are the walls of my mind.
Oh, man, we're popping a cherry here. Oh, you're gonna love this. All right, check it out. Blood, it's your new rack of lamb, your new champagne. Blood, your new fucking heroin, kid. Get ready, though, because, hey, it's never as sweet as the first time.
Sweet like a prom date?
Well, down around the corner there, I saw this human. Poor SOB can't find his car.
How do I do this dread deed?
All right. You go down there, casual like. You creep up on him, then bare those little fangs and feed. Don't worry if you weren't captain of the wrestling team or something, because it'll come so naturally you think you've done it 1,000 times already.
Hard code, a burning thirst, and fangs of the hunter. Will he then carry this curse in his veins?
Forget that comic book crap, kid. It don't work that way. Now go for it. Be sure, though, and this is important, so listen up. Be sure not to drain him dry, okay? It might be hard to resist, but don't kill him.
Quest log updated. I go to drain the luscious liquid. This is your blood pool. Blood is the fuel for your vampiric powers or disciplines. When your blood pool is low, you need to refill it. Humans are an abundant source of blood in most areas of the game. One is in the alley around the corner. Okay.
Yeah, whenever you're done, sweet cheeks, we can move this show along.
Ooh, sorry, pal. I didn't realize that that was gonna be the straight up punch button there. Okay. Alright, now I can operate between first and third person. Incredible. Okay, so my my action command, we'll adjust. We'll get used to it. You know, we'll figure it all out. Use is E. There you go. I will talk to you with E. Classic. You know, some games, they're different.
Go on. I'll be right here. Go on. I'll be right here.
Oh man, this is going to be great just to observe and look at my environment and see what's going on in here. Alright, we're going to fuck around, that's for sure. Alright, what do I look like when I'm crouching? I'm just a sneaky little guy. Is that the guy whose car won't start? No wonder his car won't start. Got no fucking wheels. So I gotta like sneak up on this guy. Having a bit of a smoke. and then punch him in the back of the head. Alright. How do I grab this fella? So, we have the ability to primary attack with mouse 1, which is a punch in the face. We can feed with F. So, I guess I just go up behind him and say, F! F for feed. Should I just approach him? Or do I go up from behind? He's not really keen to turn around this one. Feeding on humans fills your blood pool. Approach the victim and press the feed key. It is important humans do not see you feed on other humans. Once you've begun feeding, you will see this bar appear. This represents your victim's blood pool. You should stop feeding before emptying. Hey, pal. How you doing? Want to talk? No? Having trouble with your car, are you? I can help you with that. Nom 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 nom. Delicious. Ah, very good. Yummy. Thank you for that. Have a good day. How was that, Jack? I drank blood.
Yeah. Ah, yeah. Hell yeah, you're feeling it. I can see it in your eyes. You're a born-again predator. Feeling that blood bubbling inside you, lifting you up. That's it, kid. That's what it's all about right there.
So spooky. And when do I choose the color of my cape?
All right, now, you got the blood, you're feeling all kick-ass, feeling better than your best day living, but wait, it gets better. All kindred, that's our word for vampire, all kindred have a few things in common. Things that set them right square above humans on the food chain.
Tell me this tale.
Like sharper senses, a body that can take a beating, and if you play your cards right, eternal life. That's no sure bet, but still a chance at immortality's not a bad deal. And that's just for starters. Fringe benefits for joining the club.
My life vine will go on forever. My lifeline will go on forever.
Well, you can still be destroyed, but forget the books and the movies. Garlic, it's worthless. A cross? Pfft, shove it right up their ass. A stake? Only if it catches you in the heart, and then it just paralyzes you. Running water? That's no problem. I bathe. Occasionally. Now, a shotgun blast to the head. Oh, that's trouble, boy. Fire? That's real trouble. Sunlight? Well, you catch a sunrise and it's all over, kiddo. Get it?
Like a bad sunburn.
Okay, now. The fuck is this? Look, you get inside here and head upstairs. Beat up a bit. I'm just gonna go see what the ruckus is.
I'm going in! What's my quest log button, sir? I've got an inventory, which is a key ring. And it contains no keys. I've got my fists, and that's all that I need. And light clothing. Where's that t-shirt? I don't see that at all. I'll probably be doing a lot of this just while I check out where we are. General inventory is actually F4. Quest log is L. I was so close. I went for I. Okay. Head inside the building. Meet Jack upstairs. We have Santa Monica, downtown Hollywood, and Chinatown. It's telling us locations already off the bat. This is who I am. Subtly insane. Perfect. Alright, while saving, I was also able to look into the dialogue being a little bit lower than the environmental noises because we only have one volume bar. I was able to go into the console and I could change. There's a bunch of stuff. I was able to put in some little DSP command something or other, and it changes the voices a bit, so he sounds a bit louder now. Let's go inside. So yeah, dialogue should be a little bit beefed up. Press the jump key, jump in the boxes, and up to the walkway above. Yes, just like a vampire would do. That's me. With my trusty lockpick. Your feats are the combinations of your various abilities and attributes. The higher your feat scores, the better you are at the activities they influence. Inspection is a feat. It is the combination of perception and investigation. It allows you to see hidden and secret things. For example, the lockpick on the crate in front of you. You can find your feats listed on the right-hand side of your character sheet. You can pick up certain objects in the world. I go, bang. I've got a lockpick now. And, there it is. Tool of the trade for locksmiths and burglars. A lockpick is used to push the pins inside a lock until the lock is open. And I got no money. Your wallet is empty, baby. You're so broke you can't even afford to pay attention. I don't know if I will play this game in first or third person. Whoa. How'd you get up here so quick? I might just mix it up a bit. Who knows?
Come down here. Stay away from the windows. Oh, it's a Sabbat raid. The Sabbat, they're, Christ, I was hoping to spare you this shit till later. The Sabbat, well, they're mostly mindless, bloodthirsty assholes. That's all you need to know for now, alright?
Why do you sound like a robot now? You didn't sound like a robot before. And I tested out the audio thing on the console. The audio sounded just fine. Same as normal, but louder. So I don't know what this is. Maybe it's the audio mix is weird with the shooting going on outside. Where does this path lead?
The Sabbat got wind of the gathering here, so they figured they'd raise a little hell and put a little heat on the new prince.
Tell me of the Jester Prince.
No time for political rundown. Job one, get out of here alive. Sabbat might be mindless, but they hit like a Mack truck, like raging savages. Nothing a fledgling like you wants to mess with.
If not the sword.
Shh. Heads up. Back away.
Oh. He knows we're there. Do not make an enemy of that guy. Mr. Stubby Arms.
Dumb, frenzied Sabbat bastards. Alright, we gotta vamoose out the back quick. I'll stay and keep a watch out. You get us into the office. The door's around the corner here.
I shall invade this orifice. Okay, quest log. Bang. That was some crazy stuff. They are shooting with the most expressionless face I've ever seen. A vicious vampire faction known as the Sabbat has launched an assault on the secret Camarilla gathering downtown. You and Jack are caught in the middle. To escape, you must obtain entry into the office. Yeah. Crazy talk. Okay.
Go on. I'll be right here.
I don't know why he sounds robotic now. He didn't sound robotic when I tested the audio before. When a door is locked, you will see this use icon. Lockpicking, a combination of dexterity and security, is a feat that helps you to open locked doors. Let's have a look. Hopefully, we'll just wait for another NPC to talk, and if they sound also tinny and robotic, then something's wrong and I'll fix it, but if it's just him, then we'll be fine. Lockpick. Lockpick. Oh, yep, and okay. Get a little bit higher. I'm lockpicking. Look at those fingernails. Success! Okay, so I don't have to do anything. It's just like... it's an automatic process. I don't know if I would have to, like... Now, come on now. Now, come on now, Jack. Please. Why are you doing this to me, buddy?
Shortcut. Well, nicely done, though. Not exactly an angel in life, were you?
My halo was terribly tarnished.
Cool. Now, if you want a lesson on how really not to act, take notes from those Sabat assholes. You're a big bad vampire. Yeah, great, congrats. Now keep it to yourself. You go roar and you beat your chest, and that's what you can expect.
Why need we hide our nature?
It's the same reason you don't let humans see you feeding. It's why the wolf doesn't want the sheep to know he's there. It's also why you don't go juggling dumpsters or outrun the 815 from Sacramento, and it's why you didn't know any of this when you woke up this morning.
My eyes are beginning to open.
Keep our secret secret and you make things easier on all of us. We're living in the age of cell phone cameras. Fuck-ups ain't tolerated. Makes sense enough, right? Well, it ain't a casual thing for a fledgling like you.
My mind is beginning to cloud. Shine a light and explain.
That party back there with the guy in the suit and the Magilla gorilla? The assholes that put your sire to death? That's the Camarilla. They make a tidy business out of enforcing vampire laws like this one.
These Camarilla are my comrades?
Yeah, I'll tell you what I think some other time, maybe. I like to let people form their own opinions.
My minds have many opinions.
All right, now don't worry, because I know the area a little, and you know what? I'm glad we're in this situation, you and I. It illustrates a point. You gotta utilize your surroundings.
Paint me a picture.
You do what you gotta do. Theft, destruction of property, breaking and entering. These will be the least of your sins before the night's out. So look around here. We gotta get out the back there through that magnetically sealed door. There must be a key someplace.
I shall seek this key. The icon to the left indicates you're in a combat area. Combat, anything goes. Masquerade, respect the Masquerade. And Elysium, vampire neutral ground. No combat or disciplines are allowed except blood buff while lockpicking. In Masquerade areas, breaking the Masquerade can carry dire consequences, such as the unwanted attention of vampire hunters. After 5 Masquerade violations, your game is over. Your current number of violations is displayed in the upper right corner of your character sheet. Whoa, okay, so there's an actual hard limit to breaking the rules, and the game is over as a result. I will respect your rules. Can I use the computer? When you can use a computer, you will see this use icon. They're often helpful in solving quests. They can hold information like emails and files, as well as control various electronic devices. Each computer will have a list of the menus and commands you can use. Oh my god. Many menus and commands will be password protected. Hacking, a combination of wits and computer, is a feat that allows you to hack into your password protected items. You'll be prompted to press Ctrl-C to attempt your hacking feat. If the value of your hacking feat is equal to or greater than the difficulty of the encryption, you will be successful. This is amazing. I especially love the fact that we can witness a computer within a computer. We are computerceptioning, and it's going to be great. Readable notes can be various items like clipboards, newspapers, and letters. Password is Chop Shop. Very good. I'm using the computer. Welcome, Jack. Jack, this is just your computer. Available menus, safe. Available commands, help. Well, safe it is. A password is required, so I could use hacking, or I could put in Chop Shop. Password accepted. Entering menu. Unlock it, please. Safe doors unlocked. Bing bong. Get me out of here. Incredible. I'd like to open the safe, please. You will see the use icon. Once opened, your inventory appears on the left side and the container's contents are on the right. Chop Shop key. And then I go, give me that.
There we go. Now take that keycard and head out the back. I'll meet you out in the alley there. I'm gonna check out things from topside.
My favorite thing about this is the fact that this is Jack's place and this is Jack's tutorial, and Jack is jumping into his own window and smashing it and being like, hey, go and find the key to his own place. Makes me very happy. I will do this deed. Press the inventory to access your inventory. Keys are located in the equipment. On a key ring, most keys will not be needed again and are removed. Some doors have magnetic locks and cannot be picked open. They must be opened with the appropriate key card. Thank you, sir. Okay. Not sure if we're able to like interact with so many things in the environment, but we'll get there over time. Bing bong. Lost the chop shop key. It's gone. And so is Jack. Alright, down we go. I almost think like visually for the camera, I kind of like the idea of being in third person. I don't know if I have an FOV slider for first person. That might also have to be something I do in console commands to give me a little bit more of a view of my environment. I think just from a pure camera perspective, third person may be the way to go. Jack. Oh, my, oh, okay, but whoa, I'm sorry. I was not familiar with your game. Wow. I've been wounded by the Sabat. That dude went nutty on them. The blue bar represents your current level of health. As you sustain regular damage, it will turn black. If your health is completely depleted, you suffer final death and your game is over. Your health regenerates over time. When you are feeding, your health regenerates much faster. If your health bar begins to turn yellow, it means you have sustained aggravated damage. Certain hazards like fire and supernatural attacks cause aggravated damage. This takes much longer to heal than regular damage. Okay, so I'm just slowly healing. And I also have blood heal. Healing rate duration. So I've gained a little bit of faster healing rate while I use blood heal. I see. Okay. Look at my slutty little walk. Yeah, working those hips in the alleyway.
Fucking waste of unlife, these Sabat vatos. You get winged? Hey, look at them potholes. Those will close up soon enough. Better feed, though. There's someone down the stairs here. It's not the freshest catch, but he'll do.
Does blood have vintage and bouquet?
Well, when it comes to feeding, it's quality blood you're looking for, not the quantity. Bums and lowlife don't pack the same punch that a healthy, well-bred human will. Juice bags with a pedigree. That's the good stuff. But you gotta take what you can get. You ever had a PhD, kid? Ooh, that's good stuff.
The thirsty rarely avoid an oasis.
Remember what I said, though. Don't kill them. At least not the innocent ones. You're a monster now. Make no mistake. One of the damned and the fallen. You need to hold on to every last shred of humanity you have.
What if I drain him dry?
An innocent's an innocent. You kill one, even a worthless bum, even by accident, and it's gonna cost you a piece of your own humanity. Bring you closer to that beast you got welling up inside you.
So I see what's going on in regards to this frenzy thing and the humanity thing. You want to toe that line, make sure you're retaining some semblance of humanity left. Yes, the dark beast coiled beneath the surface.
The beast, it's always there. It's waiting to take over. When it does, it's like a wild animal wearing your skin. Desperate, scared, reckless. He'll do anything to survive, and it's you that has to deal with the consequences.
Now, whenever there's going to be dialogue options of multiple options to choose from, and something I do classically so in text-based RPG adventures, is I misinterpret. I read it in a different way because I'm thinking about how I could convey tone through text. And then I go, oh didn't mean to say that, or I didn't think that was going to happen that way, because I thought I was saying it in this way. Add the layer of subtle insanity to my vampire clan, and in the way that I speak, this is going to be a chaotic combination. I can't wait. What if a human tries to harm me?
I said innocent humans. If some asshole levels a 12 gauge your way, you drain him, skin him, and bash in his skull. Self-preservation is a vital part of humanity, after all. My favorite part, in fact.
Drain, skin, bash, and dash.
The only way to fight the beast is to keep in touch with your humanity, and don't go hungry. It's a fine line.
Such lines divide this world from the last.
All right, now go feed. Careful, though. He's gonna drain fast.
Aye, aye. Okay, I'm also gonna I'm gonna save, and I'm gonna reload, and I'm gonna see if I can fix this whole thing in regards to the tinny voice, because I thought I would have had another NPC by now. I'll try and fix this and see if it's possible, or whether that's just the experience that we're meant to have. Okay, so I have fixed the audio, so there may be a little bit of inconsistencies, but I have managed to nail it. So I had to find another file, well, another line of text somewhere else to add some stuff into an auto exec file with like a sound patch. It got rid of like the echoey, tinny voice sound, so that's gone.
Go on. I'll be right here.
Character sounds normal now. Voice is louder. It should be a non-issue going forward. So I think how I've got it now should be good. And off we go. Am I going down this way, I think? And there's someone to feed on, but they'll drain quickly. Remember, you want to avoid draining your victims. Draining innocent humans will give you a penalty to your humanity. The lower your humanity, the closer you get to the beast. Do not lose control of your character. This is known as frenzying and may result in a masquerade violation.
Hey, crab nibble this and crab nibble that and...
Crab nipple this and crab nipple that, and I'm going to suck on your crab nipple. And, so remember, you have to press the button. You have to press the button again. You don't just take your finger off the F. There is a press F and a press F once again. Be careful.
And a crab nibble, listen, a crab nibble, hold that crab nibble.
You press F, and then you go, oh, buddy boy, and then you press F again.
Not quite as good, huh? You can do worse. There's some rats down there. You think I'm kidding? You can survive feeding on animals if you can stomach that kind of thing.
Yeah, his neck tasted like your breath smells.
Give it a try.
I need to floss the flannel from my fangs. Rats can be fed upon. To gain a single blood point, you will find some rats at the other end of the alley near the yellow windows. Killing rats has no impact on your humanity score, and humans do not react well when they see live rats being sucked on.
Just couldn't bear it, huh? It's okay. Polite Kindred society looks down on that kind of thing anyway.
I can see the truth in this rodent taboo.
Keep it down. Got someone around the way here.
Only one?
Not too much of a threat by himself, but you never know if there's more in shouting range. You're gonna have to sneak past.
Where shall I sneak?
The building across from us with the garage door. There's some double doors on the far side. I'll meet you inside. Just stay low and stick to the shadows, and don't let him see you.
Now you see me, then you don't.
All right, go.
Gone. Sneaking, a combination of dexterity and stealth, is a feat that allows you to move among your victims and enemies without being detected. You must be crouched to sneak. The meter on the left indicates the proximity of your enemies and their chances of detecting you if they're looking your way. Green means you're completely safe, yellow means you might be seen, and red means they will see you if they look. An enemy's chance of detecting you is directly tied to your sneaking feat. If you are detected, your enemies will often say as much and come to investigate. So there's our rats down this way. Am I going through this gate here? I am going through this gate here. Preferably by opening it, not by punching it. I'm just doing a bit of the old sneaking here. You saw nothing. I'm still in the green. Oh, and he's been shot. He's been shot and he's turned around and said, you know what? Don't want to get shot. What?
Keep it quiet. They're inside here. Seems that shovelhead outside just got separated from his pack. He's wounded too. Go take care of him. Don't worry. He's probably greener than you.
How can you see his shade from here?
The Sabbat, you see, they don't have the most rigorous training program. In fact, that poor sod is lucky if he knows he's a vampire.
My own green paint is still fairly fresh.
He's probably just turned and beaten over the head. They like to do that, make shock troops, cannon fodder, put him out of his misery.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
He is a vampire, so be ready.
Vampire or no, he meets his maker.
Go get him.
Getting. To engage in unarmed combat, you need to equip your fists and then attack. Alright. Your unarmed combat feat is a combination of strength and brawl. It directly affects your success in unarmed combat. There are different attacks depending on what direction you're moving in when you initiate the attack. You can also block by holding the mode key on tab. And I can put my fists away if I so please. Okay, so this dude was just by himself. So here's my fists. Here's block. Here's put them away. Okay. F1 for fists. Yeah! Damage numbers. Bam. And I have got a tire iron. You have just picked up a tire iron. To equip this weapon, press the melee weapons key until the tire icon is highlighted. Then click the left mouse. Pressing the attack key will initiate your attack. This icon initiates the weapon you currently have equipped. For ranged weapons, there are numbers indicating ammunition. Later on in the game, you will find armor. Equip it the same way as the weapons by pressing the armor key. Tire iron time!
That's that. Sounds like you got another pack moving in, though. The Sabbat are going all out. You better head underground, avoid stray bullets.
This plan is fine to me.
Alright, head down into the basement through the grate in there. Keep that tire iron handy. I'll be there in a minute.
I will not wait for you.
Go on. I'll be right here.
And down I go into the sewers. Oh, hello there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Look at this font. There's someone down here. Combat is not the only solution for sticky situations. You can also use your feats and disciplines in dialogue. When you are able to do this, your responses will show up in different colors. And when using higher resolutions, different fonts. And when using higher resolutions, different fonts that are indicated below.
Stop! You! Just stay back. Keep your distance.
Evil crouches. We have a whisper. Hey, how you going?
Now who the hell are you? You involved in all this? because I'm gonna radio this in, and SWAT will be all over this place.
Hey, buddy, you're my first NPC apart from Jack. My first conversation with a real human being. Flee! Flee from the terror! Show me the path! I did nothing, but the good guys will bring the bad guys down here, and fearful men make me hot all over. My compliments. And yes, I'm behind all of it, and I will pull you in deeper. What an interesting description we have here. I did nothing, but the good guys will bring the bad guys down here.
No. Well, I left my radio in the Caprice anyway.
Bruh. He was bluffing. So can we go now?
Yeah, okay. Alright, this way. This will lead us up to the warehouse. We can maybe sneak out that way.
Follow me not, if you want to live. What about that evil whisper? Oh, there's the evil whisper. When you are in a position to perform a stealth kill, you will see this icon. Stealth kills have the advantage of being silent. To perform a stealth kill, equip your fists or a melee weapon, crouch and sneak up, and you will see the icon. Press E. Or, when you're on higher stealth levels, the attack key. Alright, buddy, are you walking with me? Are you coming with me? Or no? I said follow me not, or then he'll die, didn't I? That's locked anyway, so, alright, buddy. You're about to witness magic. Tire iron stealth. Get choked out, buddy. Bam. Oh.
Not sure what's going on. Sounds like the Sabbat's getting scattered. I'm gonna keep an ear to the ground. Be careful going forward here. Could be a whole mess of them holed up.
Well, fun then. Hey, it locked. It locked. It bounced into me and locked.
Go on ahead, just keep it down.
Disciples are your disciplines, are your vampiric powers and cost a certain amount of blood from your blood pool to activate. An innate ability common to all vampires is Blood Heal, which heals you. This icon indicates the power you currently have selected. There are two kinds of disciplines: passive, that directly affect you, and targeted, that directly affect your enemies. Blood Buff is another ability common to all vampires. Scroll the mouse wheel to select it and the power key to activate it. Gives you a temporary bonus to all of your physical attributes. It's useful in a variety of situations, like picking a lock that would otherwise be too difficult. In Elysium areas, you can use Blood Buff while picking a lock only. I see. Blood Buff. I have Dexterity, Stamina, Strength +2, and Strength, Stamina, max 10. Bam, bam, bam. Look at me go. Malkavians have 3 unique disciplines: Auspex, Dementation, and Obfuscate. We can do Second Sight to see the aura of others, the mystical ability to cause visions and madness, and Vampiric Invisibility. Auspex gives you the abilities to see people's auras. It indicates an individual's disposition. It also increases your perception, important to both the ranged combat and inspection feats. It's not a Masquerade violation. There is a guard up ahead. Use Auspex to see his aura through the machinery. I'm apparently killing too. Okay. I see no aura through this machinery, bro. Oh, there we go. I do kind of. I kind of saw some, but not really. I didn't know what I was looking for, and now I do. Okay, well, there you go. Didn't really know what aura I was looking for, but that's alright. We'll get better at that.
I think they're clearing out. There's no need to go stirring up the hornet's nest till we know the score, though. Head through here. Come to an elevator around the way.
Till our next encounter at the elevator.
Meet you there. Don't let them catch you.
I'll do the fishing. It keeps unequipping my tire iron. Obfuscate is the power of vampiric invisibility. I do have level 2, so I should be able to walk on by. Oh, that was wrong. There you go. Just don't touch him. Dementation is the vampiric power causing visions and madness in others. It's a targeted discipline. The effect and length varies with each level. I have level 1, known as Hysteria. Scroll the mouse wheel, select Hysteria, place your cursor over the guard, and use the power key to activate the discipline. He will go into a fit of uncontrollable laughter or hysterical crying. We can then walk past him. No valid target. Oh. You have been detected. Try again. Okay. No worries, but it was saying that I was just not in range. There we go. Okay. Okay. He's not under the effects just yet. COD zombie sound effect. And then he... Oh, I was picking mass hallucination instead of hysteria. I had the wrong one equipped. Silly me. Alright, there you go. Anyway. Oh, God. When you pick up an object and throw it, you will see this use icon. To pick up an object, use to throw. Press attack. Thrown objects make noise and can be used to distract your enemies. There is a subbot vampire up ahead, guarding the exit. Throw it away from the guard to distract him. Perfect.
Huh?
Incredible usage of stealth. Oh my...
Fucking humans. Gangbangers protecting their turf. Oh, man. I'm here thinking it's Sabat moving up in here. It's the fucking locals about to take one for the hood.
Do we lick these locals?
They probably seen too much. Here, take this 38. Fucking pea shooter, but a few shots in it will take down a human.
These kinds of peas are undoubtedly deadly.
Well, I'm gonna want it back, so don't go die and lose it. I don't use guns much. They're noisy, they're clumsy, practically useless against vampires, but still, a Kindred's gotta keep up with the times. And in modern-day Los Angeles, that means coming strapped.
Firearms sound foolish and feeble.
Well, yeah, some are more lethal than others, of course. Watch out for those shotguns. Ouch, those things can smart, I tell you.
I'll make sure to bypass any boomsticks.
Head up and clear out what's left of them. Can't have them running their mouths about any of this. I'm gonna make sure there's no stragglers around outside.
I will do this deed. You've been given a 38 revolver. To equip it, press the ranged weapons key until the revolver icon is highlighted. Some weapons, but not the 38, have an alternate firing mode, such as automatic fire. Ranged combat is a combination of perception and firearms. It's a feat that affects how well you shoot a gun. When you equip a gun, you will see the combat cursor. Its spread and the speed at which it focuses is a direct result of the value of the ranged combat feat. There are some bottles on a crate at the end of the hall. Aim your cursor, wait for it to fully focus, and use the attack key to fire the gun. Alright, pal. So, nice little rat there. I can feed on these, can't I? Alright, fine. I'll do the gun first. Okay. Focusing. Boom. Miss. Boom. Miss. Boom. Miss. Boom. Miss. Boom. It may be a hit there. I'm gonna run out of bullets in this thing. Does that count? Are we good?
Go on up. I'll meet you.
Okay. I'm gonna say good enough. I'm gonna feed on a rat. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Disgusting behavior. But it gives us some blood. Astarian Simulator. Going up, they said. Okay. Shall I shoot him, sir?
Hey, stop, man!
Oh!
Hey, where you going, man?
It's a shame I couldn't feed on them once they're dead. Alright, so I have a baseball bat and a knife now as well. Incredible. We're learning the ropes.
That's it, kiddo. Just like that, and it's all over. Everyone slinks back to their corners of the city for the night.
Surely this blood drama continues.
Until the next night, when the Camarilla finds some way to strike back. Parry, dodge, spin, and all that, and so on, and so on, and so on.
These are the nightly battles of this ancient game?
Well, to be honest, you came at an interesting time, let's say. The Camarilla, the Sabbat. Well, in LA, these are the new kids on the block. There's already plenty of Kindred had stakes down in California long before them. Now, we got every ancient Kindred rivalry playing out all over the city. A lot of tension out there. A lot of fear. A lot of jittery, high-strung predators clinging to their little pieces of eternity.
Hell is my eternal madness.
Oh, boy. I think they're looking for you outside. Guess you got a cab to catch. Was hoping to fill you in on a little bit more, but... hell, you'll figure it all out.
Dreams will come during the day, but I will need the pea shooter.
If you make it back, stop in at the last round. It's this bar downtown here. I'll fill you in on the politics. Now that's the stuff that'll kill you. Good luck.
Nice, I've received 2 experience points. By pressing the character editor key, you can access your character sheet and spend your points where you see fit. Your haven. Prince LaCroix has arranged for you to use a Camarilla safe house in Santa Monica as your haven. Oh my god, the Lacuna Coil. My digs. Santa Monica. What a beautiful place we find ourselves in. Wow, I love this place. How much is this? $3,000 a month? I can't wait. A blood pack in my hospital. That's going into my inventory. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Perfect. I think that may be like the intro tutorial segment of the game complete. We've done character creation. We have some skills and we've gotten a little bit used to what's going on here, and we'll continue to do so as we progress through the game. Early days, you know, we're going to learn the systems of the game and have a fun time progressing through it. Great first impression, to be quite honest with you. I can see that the game houses a certain level of charm with its jank, but I am very much looking forward to exploring more of this world. I think it does a pretty nice job at setting you up there in regards to these vampire clans and giving you a surface level bit of insight there before throwing us into it, and we'll learn more as we go along. But this is our guy. This is Apocalypse. He's going to be the best vampire, the best Kindred that has ever lived. But genuinely, I'm really excited to play more of this game. I hope you're excited to join me on this journey. Some people have been very, very passionately excited about me finally starting this one, and I'm happy that I can deliver on that one, and I hope that I live up to those expectations. So if you're enjoying this episode and you're keen for the rest of the playthrough, please do consider supporting the video with the liking, commenting, subscribing nonsense. It does help the channel a lot, and your support does mean a lot to me watching these playthroughs. If you'd like to support me directly and get 7 days of early access to my videos as a result, you can support me over on Patreon as well, which is in the bio of this video. So with that one, thank you so much for joining me for episode 1 of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, and I will see you next time.